welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Potentially another deleted episode. In this week's Banter in the Box, we've got your game week 18 winners and losers. 4 winners all picking up a manager of the season point, and 4 losers all losing a manager of the season point where they had them. We've got Chairman's Chats. It's your last chance to get your question in. The meme of the week from the meme guru of the Family Fantasy Football League. And not one, but 2 quotes of the week. They were both worthy of a mention. And a Moz update. Did anyone get the who the fuck is that question? In a week where 8 managers made transfers. One of them spending £5 million on a wild card tactical gambit, which allowed them to make multiple transfers in a single week at no points cost. So, without further ado, your game week 18 winners. Take a bow. For the second week running, the big Boster Cogless manager Niall Ponsford climbed another place to 7th. The highest he's been since game week 7. Maybe he's not the one season wonder that I've been calling him. Take a bow also for the second week running. No effing mood names. Nikki Lee. She climbed another place up to 5th. She's never been higher than 5th in the Family Fantasy Football League. And the last time she was that high, the 1st of June 2004. Almost 20 years ago. Take a bow also yours truly, Chairman's Choice, the biggest climbers in game week 18, up 3 places to 10th, and that's a season high for me. But the biggest game week 18 winner, and somewhat of a surprise, take a bow, Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney, may be languishing in the relegation zone and stayed 25th this week, but picked up a first weekly win of the season with 40 points. 1 manager of the season point to those 4. Conversely, your game week 18 losers, hide your head in shame. Sarah Goodwin, no cock for me manager, fell another place down to 12th. Game week 2 was the last time Sarah was as low as 12th in the table. Hide your head in shame also. The Mad Hatter himself, the Creed Bratton Society manager. He fell another place down to 6th. He hasn't been that low since the opening week of this season. Hide your head in shame also for the second week running. Haven't jot a clue. He really hasn't. Plummeted 3 places down to 13th. The biggest falls in game week 18. You have to go back to game week 5 for the last time James was as low as 13th in the table. But the biggest game week 18 loser, and this is going to hurt given how well his wife is doing, hide your head in shame, Drip Tray himself, Shrimpers FC manager Steve Lee, fell 2 places to 24th after scoring just 2 points in game week 18. Steve hasn't been as low as 24th in the Family Fantasy Football League since the 10th of May 2018. It is a season to forget in the long-awaited return to the Family Fantasy Football League, where they had them 1 manager of the season point lost for those 4. Chairman's Chats. It's been brewing for a while now, the second Chairman's Chats of the season, and the date is in the diary. This Wednesday, the 9th, I think, of January. That might not be right. What's the date today? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Yeah, it could be 9th. I think that's what he said. 9th, maybe 10th. Anyway, it's happening this week. I will be sitting down and chatting with the Mad Hatter himself, the Creed Bratton Society. And this is your chance to earn Manager of the Season points. You need to email me with a subject heading Chairman's Chat. The one question that you want me to ask the Mad Hatter. One question you want answered, only one question that you want him to, you've always wanted to ask the Mad Hatter, but you've been afraid to. I will ask it for you. Now, I won't tell the Mad Hatter who's posed the question when I ask him, And at the end of our chat, I'll ask him to name his favourite question. And if he chooses your question, you will earn 5 Manager of the Season points. So that's next week, Chairman's Chats, second episode of the season with the Mad Hatter, the Creed Bratton Society manager. So not long to get your questions in. Meme of the week. He is the Meme of the Week guru, and it comes from none other than the big Boster Cogless manager, Niall Ponsford, climbing back up the table after he plummeted from a fairly high position and looked like he was going to be a one-season wonder. You may recall a few weeks ago he put a meme onto the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group, which was a link to the Miley Cyrus song, The Climb. And Niall explained that the song epitomised what he was going to do for the rest of the season. Climb up the table and win the league. And we mocked him. We all did it. We mocked him. But he is turning it around. He said on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group this week, from 13th to 7th. And no AFCON players. Don't ever doubt the climb, Jeff Hoxby. Yes, for those of you not up with the football lingo, AFCON refers to the African Nations Cup final, which, unlike most international tournaments, takes place slap bang in the middle of the Premier League season. Kicks off this week and will last just over a month. So if you have any African players in your Family Fantasy Football League teams, they're not going to score you any points for a few weeks. But Niall's laughing because he doesn't have any African players in his team, so he won't be losing any points. He's confident that he will be climbing higher still. I'm delighted with that meme. 1 Manager of the Season point to you, Niall, the champion of the Family Fantasy Football League memes. Keep it coming, my friend. And the first of 2 quotes of the week. The first one comes from none other than the #1 rated manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, Arden Diamonds manager Steve Holmes. He sent me this message this week. Hi Jeff, I phoned Mark the other day to find out how he felt about Mops going tops. Well, Donna answered and said Mark can't come to the phone right now as he is dealing with a flood. I said, what happened? Burst pipe? She replied, no, he just hasn't stopped sobbing since he heard that Mops was tops. Love it, Homer, love it. 1 Manager of the Season point to you. And the second quote of the week, now I thought long and hard about posting this quote, and I even consulted the FFFL lawyers, and after hours of deliberation, they warned me not to post it, but I thought, fuck it, it's comedy. This week, No Effing Rude Names manager Nicola Lee posted this on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. I reckon I can take 11 cocks. So I private messaged Nikki Lee, and I said, oh, so you're pleased you got Simon in the FFFL Cup second round draw? To which Nikki replied, cup draw? What cup draw? Who the fuck is that? And it was a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager, 1 Manager of the Season point on offer. Neil Hatch, who has a go every week, bless you Neil, he thought that was a picture of Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain manager, Megan Hoxby. I can reveal, Neil, that is an incorrect answer. The good news, however, is you were the only manager to submit a guess. And so, as I said earlier on in the season, when only 1 manager bothers to have a go at the who the fuck is that, they earn themselves a Manager of the Season point just for taking part. So well done, Neil. 1 Manager of the Season point to you, even though your answer is correct, so it will roll over. So the Manager of the Season table looks like this. Top half anyway, Steve Holmes climbs up to joint 14th for his quote of the week. Nikki Lee jumps up to joint 11th for being a game week 18 winner and for her quote of the week. Niall Ponsford leaps up to joint 7th for being a game week 18 winner and for his meme of the week. Stephen Lee drops to joint 5th for being a game week 18 loser. I climbed to joint 5th. I can't be named manager of the season. That just wouldn't be right. For being a game week 18 winner. Sarah Goodwin dropping to joint 3rd for being a game week 18 loser. And Neil Hatch climbing to joint 3rd just simply for taking part in the Who the Fuck Is That. But it is still average Joe's manager, Joe Hoxby, out in front, though. Only 1 point ahead of treble chasing Mops Hoxby. Your chance to earn manager of the season points this week, apart from, well, as well as taking part in the chairman's chats this week, is to tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there. It's now worth 2 manager of the season points if you can tell me which manager is pictured there. That's it for this week. Until next week, folks, take care. Bye-bye.